Hey guys, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. Today we are going to be talking about Bakkt and its delay and why that could mean that the markets are going to continue to be wrecked. We're also going to be trying to figure out why are the markets dropping. There's a common theory out there that a lot of people have, but we're going to dig into whether or not that is actually true or maybe it's something else. And then we're also going to be doing at the end of the video a quick update on CrypticCoin. This is a sponsored portion of the video. Will be coming in at the end. Of course, nothing that I say is financial advice. Everything is only my personal opinion. And as a lot of you guys know, I demonetized my channel through YouTube in order to keep people from showing ads that I can't control before my videos. And so by watching the sponsored portion of the video, no obligation to do anything with it, but just by watching it, you are helping to support the channel. Okay, guys, so a quick look at the markets. We're at $144 billion. Absolutely insane. Price of Bitcoin right now around 4,400. The one thing is XRP has really held on strong compared to other things. On the markets, as you guys can see here right now, it has locked up the #2 spot. But I tell you guys one thing is that right now, Stellar is a little behind Bitcoin Cash, but as of yesterday, Stellar was actually ahead of Bitcoin Cash, and it really made me think about how fast these markets can turn, because just a couple of days ago, I did a video saying, yeah, Bitcoin Cash is falling, but it's going to be really hard for anything under it to catch it in the short term. And then we saw Stellar do that. So absolutely insane to think about that. But Bitcoin Cash has now moved back into that #4 spot. But I think Stellar will probably pass it permanently here soon. So XRP also did have a 20% dip earlier today, and it recovered like right away. So a lot of people are, moving over to XRP right now, which is fine if that's what you want to do. So let's try to figure out what is going on. And if you guys know my friend Robert Beatles, aka Crypto Beatles, you will see that he actually had this tweet, I believe it was yesterday. It said, why the crypto market dumped? It's simple. SEC just basically said most everything on CMC is a security. Wall Street waiting for dust to settle. Non-Wall Street whales are making big moves. Bcash is just noise as to how the space is still far from mass adoption or friendly. Not the reason, in my opinion. And honestly, I tend to agree with him on this, and that's why I wanted to post this. Everybody feels like the Bitcoin Cash hash wars is what's making the price drop. And I've said for a while that I think it's actually kind of camouflage for what's really going on behind the scenes. And with I watched Crypto Daily's video today, which big shout out to Crypto Daily, big fan of his. He's actually the original person that I used to watch that made me want to make crypto videos. So he said there are basically 3 theories, which one is that the Bitcoin Cash fiasco is causing the market to dump and that's bad for ETF in the future. The second theory is that the institutional investors are trying to pull back, trying to pull back the markets in order to reinvest at prices that they missed last year, and that's actually good for an ETF approval. And then the third is just that it's just the market cycle. This is what we're going through. Maybe a correction, whatever. Or he threw in a bonus of it. All might be, all 4 or all 3 of those situations at one time. I think that really the market is too complex to actually say, oh, it is this one thing. I think it's very multi-layered. But I do think that whether or not this Bitcoin Cash hash war was going on right now, I feel like we would still be going through this. We may not be going through it right now because, like I said, a lot of the whales, they like to camouflage their moves. And I really honestly think that out of those options he gave, the most likely one is that institutional money is trying to pull the prices back. I just thought yesterday how insane it is that Cardano's at 4 cents, guys. Last year, when it really started to run up, it was at 3 cents. And it went all the way to, I think, $1.31 or $1.33. The long and the short of it, it was absolutely massive gains. It was, 35x, somewhere around there is what Cardano did. And I thought to myself when I saw that chart earlier in this year, I said, man, wish I could have got in on that. At 33x is absolutely huge if you have any amount of investment in, above a couple $100. And, now here it is. And everybody's looking the gift horse in the mouth. And I'm not the rah-rah guy that says, all right, guys, we're definitely going up from here. I give you my opinion. I mean, I've thought that we were going up before, and we obviously weren't. But, you've got to look at the markets for what they are right now. And right now, they are at discount prices if you're in crypto for the long term. And so Whether or not the institutional money is accumulating right now or not, I know personally I am, and not financial advice, but gosh, these prices are really crazy compared to what they were at last year. So one thing that has happened is that Bakkt has now said they are going to hold back their futures contracts and basically their whole platform until January 24th, which it was originally supposed to be December 12th. And Kelly Loeffler, the CEO of Bakkt, released an article on Medium. I would suggest you go check it out. It basically is talking about what is going on with, why they're holding it back. Basically, she just said it's a very complicated asset class. They're still trying to figure everything out, but they're confident that when they release, things will be really going really well. And they also said that, basically they've had so much interest. They're trying to make sure that they are able to match what the interest wants Bakkt to be. And so they're really spending a lot of time on, behind the scenes, trying to make Bakkt everything that everybody wants it to be and hopes and aspirations for it being this big, great thing. But I don't know about that, guys. I'm going to call conspiracy. Let me put my tinfoil hat on right now. I'm going to call conspiracy on this. I'm going to call that basically the markets are absolutely wrecked right now, and that has some kind of bearing on when they're going to release this. Excuse me. I feel like maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to wait for maybe some kind of turn in the market. The way that they've worded this is that this is when they're targeting, which means that actually down the road, they could delay this again if they feel like it's necessary. So, who knows what is actually going to happen, when it's going to come out. But in my mind, this is absolutely huge news from the standpoint that, this is disappointing. We thought it was going to come out in December. They try to spin it very positive in this article, and I still think eventually it's going to be positive news. But, the fact is that we were waiting on this in December, on December 12th. It was supposed to come out in November. Now they've delayed, or then they delayed it to December. Now they delayed it to January. So when does it really end? I'm not really sure. Maybe they're trying to coincide this release with the ETF approval or denial, but hopefully approval. So just one to keep your eyes on. I think this is by far the biggest story going on in the market today. So, okay, guys. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, to support the channel, we do sponsored reviews and news stories, but I always tell you when they're sponsored. So this one certainly is CrypticCoin. So this is a privacy coin. We'll get into more of what it is, but it was just listed, as you guys can see, in the beginning of November. And while the rest of the market has been crashing, sure enough, it has actually not done that bad. Of course, the last couple of days have not been great, but when the market was continuing to go down, it was actually holding pretty steady and moving up until this last little drop we had. And if you look at the volume has actually picked up quite nicely ever since it opened. But, the thing about this community is it has a very strong community, or the thing about this coin is it has a very strong community. So there hasn't been like some kind of huge news or anything that has really pushed forward this volume. As you guys can see, while the US dollar amount dropped, the Satoshi level has still been picking up, gaining against Bitcoin for the trading pair there. So, the fact that there hasn't been a huge news story out about it and it just debuted and the volume's been picking up, I think that really is a testament to the community of CrypticCoin. You can check out their Telegram. They've got a very nice, vibrant Telegram. So like I mentioned, it is a privacy coin, so security, anonymity, privacy all in one, and it just kind of sums up what CrypticCoin is right here. Actually, it says, why CrypticCoin? Cryptocurrencies are based on blockchains in which payment transactions are stored as is in a decentralized ledger. Because the blockchain is public, the details such as sender, public address, recipient, public address, and payment amount about each transaction, as well as the history of all transactions, can be viewed by anyone. So this has been a problem in the crypto community in general, which is transactions are not private anymore, because this is the reason. And it does explain this here, but what happens is you send Bitcoin to someone else. Once that Bitcoin is transferred and they were waiting on that transaction from you, now all of a sudden the person you sent the money to knows that that address is linked to your name. So now all of a sudden your privacy is gone. So CrypticCoin allows users to engage in direct transactions rapidly with a high level of privacy. Our goal is to integrate the most proven privacy and anonymity technologies in CrypticCoin so that CrypticCoin can offer its users various mechanisms for ensuring transaction confidentiality. So CrypticCoin is trying to solve that problem by adding its own technology in, basically making it where someone can't match the transaction to an address. And that's really what privacy coins have to be now if they're not doing something like that. Like Monero uses the ring signature, Enigma uses the secret contracts. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to be able to keep your transactions private. So that is what CrypticCoin is doing. Now, this isn't actually a review of CrypticCoin. This is really kind of just giving you guys an update about the project. So I'm not going to go too much more into detail about that, other than to say that they definitely do have a wallet. And the wallet, when you go to download it, the files are really, really big. But they've actually told their community that in Q1 of next year, they think they will have light wallets out, which will be really good, which will help for the downloading. I know that last year I downloaded a few wallets when things were really crazy, and it took forever to download all the blocks and stuff like that. So, hopefully this will help. They do have the wallets right here for you to download on the website. So that's the way to keep your crypto coins safe. They also have been listed, even though it doesn't list this on CoinMarketCap, which I will say this also about CoinMarketCap when it comes to CrypticCoin. There was a time over the last month where CrypticCoin was actually one of the biggest gainers of the day, especially since Bitcoin was dropping. And you can see the gap between Bitcoin and the US dollar value continues to increase. And so even though this is a pretty small project, it's coming in at $17.97, so pretty low on CoinMarketCap. It did have a day where it did very well. It was one of the biggest gainers of the day, basically a green light on a red market. So one of the things that is not listed on here when it comes to CrypticCoin, if we click on markets here, you can see that Bitmart is here. Bitmart, you may not know about Bitmart. It's one of the 15 largest exchanges. And so I pulled it up right here for you to look at. And I tell you, the person who creates these exchange websites, who makes the template for them, must be really rich because they almost all use the same one. Binance uses this. KuCoin uses this. I think Bitbox uses this. So many of these, or Buybox, however you want to pronounce it, so many of these use the same one. But they're actually having a CRYP giveaway. That's the ticker CRYP. They are having a giveaway of 555,555. It is a trading competition on Bitmart, so feel free to go join Bitmart. Of course, not financial advice. I'm not telling you where to go for your exchanges, but it is a place where you can go and sign up for this trading competition and maybe get a chance to make it happen and win one of these prizes. We do have, or the price right now is coming in at about half of a penny. So that puts into perspective what these numbers here on the giveaway are. This is also on LA Token and some other exchanges as well. This is not the only exchange. Like I said, if you look here, it's listed on LA Token, X-Rates, Bitmart, P2P, B2B. So that will pretty much update the update for CrypticCoin right now. That'll update the update. That was an update on the update to the update. But anyways, I digress. That was a little bit about CrypticCoin. Appreciate them for sponsoring this last part of this video. And you guys drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think is going on right now with the markets and where we'll end up. Are we close to the bottom? I certainly hope so. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop a like button. Until next time, BitBoy out.